Hey everyone, welcome to North Dakota Pulse. It's me talking about the legislative news of North Dakota. We'll be starting session in just 2 days now, and one of the things I want to talk about is other people talking about the session and news. Specifically, ND Monitor, North Dakota Monitor, part of the State Room, a national news organization that has a bunch of affiliates all across the state. Not sure if those are the right words to use, but North Dakota Monitor has been fantastic at publishing articles, especially about different legislative stuff that have happened or legislative concerns, and exists as independent journalism to cover those things. One of the issues we had during our 2023 session is there were like 3 reporters total that were covering almost 1,000 bills, and they could not do it. Like, they could not cover every bill adequately enough because there's so much happening. I think it was like Jack Dura and 2 other people that were really doing a lot of that work. So Indie Monitor has, I think, at least 4 people, 4 different reporters that are going to be ideally covering quite a lot of this stuff and bringing a lot more nuance and perspective to it. I think in 2023 we had a lot of just give us a quote and ask like 2-3 people for quotes, put that to a story and hit send. I think we'll benefit from a lot more concise reporting, a lot more nuanced reporting that has more time to get into these issues. So I really recommend following Indie Monitor for this. You can obviously follow me. I'll be talking about quite a lot of this. And our traditional news media, whether that be like the Tribune in Bismarck, or the Herald in Grand Forks, or the Forum in Fargo, or just the Forum Communication Company, they will have their own stories on this. And I think they've actually gotten a few more reporters now than they had last year. It seems like they were a little bit more capable than I saw them previously on this. So I think that we're going to have decent reporting this session. I think that, keep in mind, there's going to be so much happening so quickly, it's going to be so hard to keep up. Part of the reason I have my own show here is because I have a value aligned show, right? So the stuff I present is going to be talking about being empowered. It's going to be talking about issues around suicidality, helping individuals, whether that be food insecurity, or making sure that we have adequate support when things are coming up, making sure that we're supporting our organizations doing the good work. So my focus is on that. That's how I slice this pie so you can consume the stuff of it that you want. That was a fun metaphor I just came up with. Rob Port obviously always has a lot of good coverage of events going on, as well as like a lot of personal connections to a lot of our lawmakers. So they sometimes get a more close-up version of some of these stories and perspectives on what's leading them. So he's always really good to follow for that as well. There's individual organizations that are going to report on what they do. So if you have causes that you like to follow, maybe that's social work, the North Dakota Social Workers Association is going to be really good for you. If you generally like progressive causes, then Amplify North Dakota is looking generally at those. And then if you have any single issues that you care about, there are probably organizations that are doing advocacy or lobbying around it. I think it's important to look at what everyone is doing, even if you don't have a very concise understanding of it, just to be aware of what's going on and how it impacts our state. And another thing is, as we listen to all this stuff and listen to the media on it, think about what you remember of 2023 session, because that's what you'll remember of this session in 2 years. So if there are particularly heinous things that happen, it's important to remember them so you can advocate against people who do terrible things in our next election cycle. Or if they are doing fantastic things, to advocate to keep them. Or if they're lukewarm, I don't know, make your choice from that. I think too long we have really sequestered our legislative side from the rest of the communities across North Dakota. And for too long, it's really just been kind of an exclusive club for your various organizations, high-level people and lobbyists, and I don't like that. I want our government to be accessible by your average person, and I think it should be, and it should be accountable to your average person. So a lot of what I do, as I keep on saying, is I try to be the liaison between a lot of those sectors and your general community members. So another thing is I'll be reaching out to all the organizations with various causes to let them know I'm doing this show, and to let them know that I will do free advertising for the stuff they have going on. So for tonight, I just want to let you know about the stuff that's going to be happening for people covering this across the state. Tomorrow, I will probably focus a little bit on the organizations that are looking at different values and issues. And then I'll probably Monday or Tuesday, I will talk about just where we are in terms of LG Plus stuff right now. So thank you for joining me. I will have more next tomorrow, and then you can check out my website for all the stuff I talked about and ways to get involved. So thank you and have a good night.